In this video I'm going to talk about soldiers, management and ground combat. I'm going to describe what each single attribute of the soldier does. I'm also going to be talking about basic management of where you should place the soldiers in the actual vessel, so you can make the most out of them depending on the firearms they have equipped, what type of equipment they should use, what type of weapons you should equip on your soldiers in order to be better prepared for each single mission. And I'm gonna talk about basic tips on how to fight efficiently in the ground without getting yourself killed, or at least to reduce the number of casualties in the field. I'm gonna start on the screen because I feel like this screen is pretty important in order to see what type of stats your soldier have, how do they compare against another soldier, so you can have an idea of what soldiers you want to bring to the field. Now I'm gonna start talking about each single one of the attributes and what exactly do they influence. Time units is very important in the game. They determine the amount of steps your soldier can take, how many times they can actually fire in that given turn, and also how many actions they can do in their inventory, like for example reloading, try and use the medikit, throw grenades, etc, etc. Resilience is basically your soldier ability to be able to take damage. It influences directly the hit points. So the higher the resilience, the more hit points your soldier is gonna have. Your strength influences the amount of things you can carry to a battlefield, and influences the amount of weight your soldier can actually carry. The stronger he is, the more he can carry into the battlefield. Your soldier can only carry to a determined amount of weight depending on the level of strength he has. If it exceeds the green level, it goes to the red level, and when it does that, you're gonna have reduced time units as a penalty. Accuracy influences directly your soldier's aim. So the higher accuracy your soldier has, the more chances he is likely to hit an enemy with a firearm. Reflexes at the moment in the game influence reaction shots. Basically what these are is, in a given time of a certain point in the game, when you end the turn, the enemies, in this case the aliens, will actually move. If they approach you and the soldier has sight on that given alien, you will have a percentage chance to actually fire one of his rounds. He might hit or he might not hit, but that's basically what it does. Bravery influences the amount of morale points the soldier has. The higher the bravery, for example, if one of your soldiers dies, the other soldiers are gonna lose a few morale points as a penalty because they just saw him die. So basically a soldier with high bravery will sometimes not get suppressed by those certain circumstances, and you will be able to push through and be able to function at 100% even after losing teammates in battle. So now let's get down to firearms. First we have the pistol. Second we have the assault rifle. Third we have the shotgun. Fourth we have the machine gun. Fifth we have the precision rifle, also known as the sniper rifle. And last but not least, the mighty rocket launcher. The pistol is a pretty decent weapon, especially good in short ranges. It consumes less time units per shot, and you also have increased chance to do a reaction shot. This weapon, however, isn't effective in longer ranges and medium ranges, so use it only for short ranges and medium ranges if you have to and you don't have any other weapon available in the given fight. The assault rifle is a balanced weapon. It's good in any situation, so it doesn't have any strengths or weaknesses. You can use a charge range, medium range, and it has a pretty decent range overall and decent damage. The shotgun is an extremely good weapon close range and can dish out really good damage. It's very accurate when you're close to an enemy, but it's ineffective at long ranges. You also have increased reaction chance when equipping this weapon. The machine gun is a heavy weapon. You need to have at least a strength of 65 in order to use the weapon efficiently, so you don't suffer any accuracy modifiers. This is currently alpha version 18, so I'm not sure if it will apply in later versions, but right now it does. Also, this weapon, you suffer an accuracy penalty if you decide to move then shoot, and also you have reduced reaction chance by using this weapon. The precision rifle or sniper rifle is a weapon that is extremely good at long range. However, if you decide to move a unit then use the sniper rifle, you will suffer a 50% penalty to your actual shot, so you'll be less accurate if you decide to move then shoot. So try and have your sniper at a fixed position, have another unit give you enough vision over a certain enemy so we can shoot that enemy with maximum accuracy. Also, you suffer a penalty on your reaction chance for using this weapon. The rocket launcher is a pretty good weapon. If an enemy is hiding behind an obstacle, you can try and blow the obstacle up. You can also blow up walls with your rocket missiles, and also you can deal pretty good AoE damage with the rocket launcher. However, you use a lot of time units in order to reload the weapon, and it only carries one shot. So be careful and make all those shots count with the rocket launcher. In this particular clip, I'm showing you how to equip your soldier. Basically, I'm starting by give a specific class to a soldier so I can know exactly what type of role he has in the field. So I'm gonna also pick the type of equipment I want for that specific class. In this case, it's a soldier that is gonna use a rocket launcher. So he's gonna have missiles, and he's gonna have a medikit that he can use in the field in order to heal other soldiers that get hit. Also, I'm going slightly overweight, so I have a bit of a penalty on my time units, so I can make sure that my strength will actually increase after the mission, or at least after a few missions, because the soldier is slightly struggling in order to carry more weight. Now this screen is one of the most important screens you're gonna see in game. You can see the transportation vessel and where the soldiers are currently. So at the moment all the soldiers are in front, and you can actually organize the soldiers to your preference to know exactly where they're gonna be once you get into ground combat. It's important to know where to place them exactly, and I have a few tips for you. I generally like having ballistic rifles on the sides and having heavy weapons and assault weapons in the front, because the front is actually has a bigger entrance than the actual sides, so we only need 3 soldiers in the front, 1 soldier in each side, have a precision rifle somewhere in the middle, and maybe another unit ready just in case, and I generally have the rocket launcher guy at the back of the actual transportation vessel if I need to explode some sort of obstacle or anything else. Now this is ground combat. Basically, you start in the field in your transportation vessel, which is also called Charlie. Basically, the thing that you need to watch out for is if there are enemies next to your entrances. So what you're gonna try and do first is scout the area, analyze the situation, and then proceed to do what you're supposed to do: kill aliens. Also, your transportation vessel has walls, so make use out of them. So what you should do is scout with one of your soldiers outside in order to know where the enemy is, and then shoot them, and then retreat your soldier inside the ship so they can protect themselves behind the walls of the ship. Also remember, when your soldier is crouched, he has increased accuracy. But be careful if there's an obstacle in your way that limits the vision of your soldier when he's actually crouched, so you might actually suffer a penalty for being crouched instead of increasing your accuracy. There are several obstacles in the game. These are actually rocks. They influence your accuracy in a negative way, and basically what's gonna happen is, after the shot goes from this specific point after the rock, the accuracy is going to be modified negatively by 50%. So I'm going to hit 50% with less 50% accuracy than I would hit if there were no obstacle in the way. Also, keep in mind that not all obstacles are bad. Sometimes you can use obstacles in order to provide cover for your own soldiers. So if you know there's an enemy behind that obstacle, you can just crouch them against that certain obstacle in order to provide cover for your soldiers so you don't get shot. Also, make sure to use extensive use of the grenades. For example, if you have a soldier in your squad that is using pistols, you can put a grenade in a secondary weapon so it uses less time units. So basically the advantage you have is consume less time units for that specific grenade, and then be able to throw it if an enemy is hiding behind an obstacle. Since it does AoE damage, you're going to be able to damage that enemy behind an obstacle, for example this cactus over here, and then you can also throw, for example, flashbangs in order to suppress that unit. Basically what suppression does is actually diminish the amount of time units that unit is going to have after the round is over. Also, make sure when you're using rocket launcher to not kill the enemy with it, because if you do, you will not get the actual weapons he drops, nor the ammo, nor the grenades, so it's going to reduce your revenue. But if you don't have any other choice and you really need to take that alien down, do it. It's preferable to actually save your actual soldiers than actually get equipment. Sometimes you got really good soldiers after a few battles, so you might as well do the best thing for them. Also, one of the most important things is to keep your soldiers together. Always move as a group. Never go with one soldier individually. If you do that, you might get him killed. There's two ways of opening doors in this game. You can either left click and you will go through the door to the position you want inside a specific building, or for example inside an alien ship, or you can right click in order to open the door so the other Xenonaut operatives can see what's inside and provide you cover. In this particular clip I have a machine gun soldier standing by in case there's an alien inside in order to provide support just in case. Also, one of the most important things that I forgot to talk about: when your Charlie or your transportation vessel leaves the base, you can actually still equip the soldiers with what equipment you like. For example, if it's about to turn into a night mission, you can equip the soldiers to what you need, for example more commandos, in order to have them throw the actual electro flares without consuming as many time units, for example. Okay, so this is the end of the tutorial. I hope you guys enjoyed it, and I hope some of the knowledge I tried to transmit actually helps you in Xenonauts. If there's any sort of criticism you want to give me, any sort of thing you liked or disliked, you can comment below on YouTube video. I'll see you guys then.